Alrighty there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you guys how to fab up a turbo kit for home. I kind of started just a little bit, but I figured before I get ahead of myself, this is my 1981 Chevy Camaro T-top car. It is going to be my race car. It is what I'm working on. This is a 5.3 liter LS motor with a sloppy stage 3 cam, stock heads, new valve springs, stock intake. It's going to have different injectors. I put an F-body oil pan on it, which barely clears on my lift. Thank God it does, or else this would suck. And I just finished my TH350 that I had rebuilt. I got a 3200 stall converter that you guys really can't see in there. Put that in all yesterday. So let's get to it. So welding with a MIG welder that I have over here in my shop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2.5 inch V-band. I'm going to stick it on here. Okay, I am not a welder for all you YouTube mechanics there. And I'm going to turn my bottle on here. Welder on. And you're going to put a couple tack welds around and a couple on the inside to get this thing to stay on there. Obviously, my first couple attempts did not let it stay. This is my first time doing this, and you guys are going to enjoy the ride. Alright, so I just laid a couple beads. They're not beads, tack welds. The inside, get this thing all nice and on there. Like I said, I am not a welder, but that's going to do. To get us started, I'm going to mount this thing on the motor, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so now that I got my manifold in, I bought a couple pieces of pipe. I got this 180, then I had a 45 in it, then I bought another straight piece lying over there, and what I did was I took the 45, cut it down to where it would fit, like that, and then from there, took a straight piece, but I cut it at an angle so I can join two of the pipes together. You know, kind of like that. Not, you know, it won't be this piece, but that's what I'm going for. I'm going to bolt that in, and it's going to get me to about halfway, and it'll sit about here, so I'll show you guys in a quick second. Alrighty, so, you know, this is loose again, so I can slide it around. That's what's nice about these V-bands. But as you can see, I'm going to be too low. You know, I don't want to be any lower than here, and I'm already there. Now, I can push it back, but then I'm hitting the pan. So I want to keep it about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it back, cut it back farther, and I'll have a straight crossover piece that's going to come across here. And I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other side and have it come up. So when I get back to you guys, I'll show you. I'll cut this off, and I'll put the crossover, and I'm going to have to cut it again. I'm going to tack it all together. I'll show you. All right, now you guys can see. So I had to clearance this here because it was in my way. And I may even, right about here, I won't cut anything out, but I may take my hammer and beat that 90 into the hair, so this, when this motor turns, you know, it's not resting on the frame because I don't have solid mounts. So now we got to cut to about length. So see how the pin is just a little bit lower than here. So now I'm going to make a piece to go from here to the other side, and then I'll have a piece that goes up. So right now, I don't need this. I'm going to go over and grab my straight piece and figure out how long I want it to be, and then tack her in. Alrighty, so now, yeah, don't mind that gap. You can fill that in with some weld So now I got this piece tacked in. I did go and burn that in. This one, I don't know what happened there. I was trying to do little blurps and it wasn't working too well, so I just turned down the heat, and if it were focus, you know, ran a bead all the way around. You know, not too bad. I'm not a welder, so I think I'm doing pretty good. Especially this is the first time doing this, just watching YouTube videos and figure I'd make one myself, see if anybody else wants to do it. Biggest thing, just go out and do it. You know, you don't have to have all sorts of skill. Go out, who cares what people say? Let's get it done. So, I did just cut my next piece. Dang, this thing's had some trouble today. So I drew some lines on the bottom here. I'm gonna unbolt this from up here and then get to work. So now I got this piece down. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna line my pencil marks to these pencil marks. There you see, 1, 2, and it'll look something kind of like this. You know, a lot of people are gonna bitch and complain. Well, guess what? It's my car. How do you come out here and do it better? From the top, I'm gonna use half of my 180, do a 90, and it should come just out about right here, which will leave me just enough room to put spark plug wires to them and have my pipe come through. And I'm gonna merge them down here, and I'm gonna set the turbo somewhere around here. I do have a T4 flange already, so I don't think I'll get that far today. What I want to do is I just want to get out from underneath the car and to about here. That way when I put the fenders on, you know, they're not in my way. So that's what we got going on right now. As you can see, just tacked that up. That one was already tacked. I told you I burned them. So now this is my one piece. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that the height on this piece is good, not hitting anything. I may have to cut more, I may not. And I'm gonna put a V-band flange on this. That way I can easily, that's one piece, I can pull that out, pull it in, pull it out. And then this part will be done. I can leave that in there. And when I go to put this 90 on, I'm gonna cut it there, put a V-band on one of these sides, and that is gonna be the part that's gonna come out underneath that one. So we'll see. I may be cutting this flange off and putting a piece of pipe and angling it down some, or I may just use the other 90 and put them together. You know, the two pipes together, and just have one pipe come up into my T4 flange. So we'll see. Like I said, first time you gotta screw around with this stuff. You gotta figure it out. I wanted to bring both out the front, but my power steering, and this is more of a street car, so that's why I'm keeping the power steering. So yeah, that was in the way, so now I gotta do it this way. But I don't think it's gonna turn out too bad. All right, this will conclude my video for today, but I installed the up pipe, well, I should say the crossover, and it's coming up. And I'm not exactly sure where I want this, if I want it more forward. I think if I get it more forward, it'll be higher, so I may have to trim it. I did trim it once already, but this is the gist. Come out 90, come across. I ran out of pipe, so I'll go pick up another couple pieces. I have my 90 piece. I have some stuff, but I don't have enough. I'm sorry for my bad camera stuff. But so I'm gonna come out right underneath all this, and this I'm gonna cut this. Sorry, I'm gonna cut this V-band off, and I'm gonna feed. I may even keep it. I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably keep it, and then come out right into there. It'll come out, meet up with this pipe, and then they will both come out to about somewhere right here. I got my radiator. It's gonna be about right here. Oop, right here. Obviously, the radiator support will sit here. Need some new bushings for it. And from there, you know, So this is about as far as I'm going to get for today, just because, like I said, this is the last piece I have, and yeah, I don't even know what the hell I'd do with this thing. I'm gonna eventually probably have to use it, but not today. So I'm gonna lower the car down some more. What I'm gonna do is, because these spark plugs are gonna be so hard to get to, one, and they're gonna have a lot of heat near them. I'm gonna mount the coil pack up here, and then, you know, individually the wires will come down, but the other side, because I still have the stock valve covers, this side, just gonna mount the coil packs here, and nice and easy, done. You get a new throttle, but it is getting there. So to get back to what I was saying, T4 flange. These pipes are going to come down, sit somewhere like here-ish. I'd like it to. That way I could run the turbo exhaust either to there or to there. It's going to be right underneath the fender. But what's nice is now I got this done, so now I can put these fenders on. I'm gonna start putting the front end of the car back together, because I'm done crawling around and trying to reach and this and that. I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. So yeah, I guess that's that. Get some gaskets. I do have to, I think I have 2 broken bolts in each head. Yeah, I got 2. 1, 2, and then this one's like halfway broke. And then I have 2 more on the other side. So I am gonna have to get that done, but so that's that. And then I got my insulation for the floor, so I'll get to that one of these days. What I want to do is I want to cut from about here over. That way I can bring my, I'm not going to have a back seat, that way I can bring my trunk to be a little bit bigger, so I can hold the T-tops back there, and I'll have a sub and some speakers. So it's going to be a street car, fun car. It's not, you know, a race car by any means, but you guys kind of get the gist. So thanks for watching. Alright, so picking up where I left off, I have this crossover. It's going to come up top. I was going to go below, right past the starter, and then I got some issues. Finally got my pump in, and bam, in the way. So what we're going to do now, is going to come up, over, and funnel right back into this guy. I'm going to come down and come up. So most likely going to have to order a U, or I may just use that 3-inch U that I have, and that'll hold the turbo. So to pick up where I've been working off at, let's go back here. Tight quarters today. It's a little cold out. Alright, so I got this piece. Now I'm doing, I wouldn't call it a pie cut, but I'm doing a poor man's 90, because, well, I'm trying to do this on a cheap, and I need a 90, a very short radius 90. So I'm going to do it in 3 cuts. So I got about 70 degrees of bend right now. I'm going to do another cut, even lower, cut a little crease out of this guy, and we should be able to get our 90. See, I'm at, 60, 70 degrees. So we're almost there. So I'll pick back up at all. So I got my pipe in the vise. This is from a piece that I've already cut out. Stick this guy just like that. Take my Sharpie. And I'll put some marks just like that. Next, after I do that, take my Sawzall, because I don't have a shop or anything, so I'm going to cut like that. I'm going to cut like that. Alright, so as you can see, I cut way too much out of this. Not a big deal. What I'll do is I'll cut a plate to fit in there and then weld it in. Not a big deal. But this is kind of where we're getting at. And then I can take this piece and work this piece right on into that one. And bam. Might even do a V-band there, right into this. That's probably what I'll do. I think that'll look good. So let me get this back out, put this on the vise, file it, and weld another piece on there. Alright, so this piece is tacked up. Still not tacked up down there. Not a big deal, but you get the gist. So it's going to come down like that. This piece is going to go on there. It's going to blend down to that turn that I have. I just took that off because I am going to rough cut it out and trim and fit, trim and fit, trim and fit until this thing is freaking perfect. So I am doing it with the grinder. It's probably not the best idea, but we're gonna get it done. Just so you guys can see, I just cut that. Like I said, it's rough. So I don't have everything I need. But if we walk around here, I want to stick this piece against this V-band here. I'll be right back. Alright, so snug the V-band up a little bit so I can move this. Alright, so we are a little long, but other than that, I think we're alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy off here. I'm going to take about 3/8 of an inch off of this with the Sawzall, and then I'll be back. So obviously there's no point in having this V-band and the one on the other side, because right now this son of a gun is solid and it ain't going nowhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here, put the V-band there, that way I can take that. Oh, actually I put it back here. Look, I'm going to make a cut here, that way I can take the V-band and take that part off, and then be able to take that part off separate, because it's all one now. So I'm going to go grab a Sawzall, I'm going to make the cut, and I think I have one V-band left. So I got one there and one over there, so I think the band's over there, so we'll be good. Alrighty, so that is awesome. She's in. V-band, V-band on the other manifold, V-band at this manifold, and then this is literally going to go whoop, right into the turbo. I have the turbo here. Made an unboxing video. I'm going to post that along with this video whenever it goes up. But man, we are almost there. Gotta weld this piece on, but it's a matter of where I need to get the radiator in, and then see where all the coolant lines go before I do anything else. But she is, wow, that is nuts. A lot of work. It's a lot of work. But I know I'm absolute ass at welding, but you know what? It's together and it will work. That's the best part. So, alright, to wrap up this video here, I know it's probably sucked the whole time, but here it goes. So, where we left off, I had just welded this piece onto here, and I had a piece coming down. It's actually on the floor now, but it was coming down right in front of my coolant hose for the lower part of the radiator. So I had to fix that. So what I did was I ended up cutting this on an angle and taking the last turn that I had, last actual piece of metal that I had, and I cut it on an angle. I cut that one on an angle and welded them together. Then I had a piece that was about yay big, and I just cut it again, cut it on an angle, and then now I am putting my T4 flange on. So what's cool about these is they're perfect for a piece of 2.5 inch pipe. What you gotta do is you gotta take, you know, it's up to you. You can either take a hammer or you can take a C-clamp. And what you're going to want to do is pinch this in and then get it to fit in here. Once you have it fit in there, tack it, because this will sit about like that, but inside of there, the flange. So once it's like that, you're going to level this out to the best of your ability. My car is actually sitting on this lift level. I just put the turning mount in as well, so this thing is sitting the way it needs to sit. So I'm going to level this out the best I can, and I'm going to pinch this in, get this set, and I'm going to tack it. Just got to file this up. I literally just made the cut. Another little trick for anybody who doesn't have, you know, the right tools, kind of like me, take a pair of pliers, and this is kind of thin stuff, so bend it all in, shape this thing the way you need it to be. But you guys kind of see what I'm doing here, and we're pretty darn close, to be honest. Let's see here. So we're pretty close. Take this corner in a little bit. This is where you can get your hammer. I probably should weld this thing all the way around before I keep beating on it, but you guys get the gist. So I'll be back. Alright, so I am still having just a tad bit of trouble here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a small relief cut right there and right there. That way I'll be able to expand this thing a little bit better, I should say. I even may put one right there as well. Alright, so this is going to wrap up my video. It's on. Everything's nice and good. What I did was I put a couple tacks on the bottom and the four corners, and I took a ball peen hammer and my maul that I put in the corners, and I would hit the maul and push everything out. After that was done, I went, welded the inside, welded all my cuts that I made. and then I went all the way around the bottom and made cut, you know, did it again. So now she's all welded up except for this spot here and that spot there, which I'm going to pull it off and do, and then I'm going to check where everything meets up and all that nice stuff. But I wanted to show you guys what the turbo looked like while it was on the car, because, well, it's ready to go. Alright, to wrap up this video, she's on. Wow. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to reclock this. This will shoot right down. I even may have it. That's what I'll do. I'll turn this 180 degrees. So it comes out to my intercooler, comes back around, bam. Now this, I bought all the 3-inch stuff. And this I'll be able to come out, down, and fender exit. But wow, I don't have the bolts for this, so I am going to have to go get bolts for it. But wow, she is she's almost done. That's wild. I'll add a picture at the end with it on the ground, the way it looks. But that's a homemade turbo kit DIY. I mean, buy some random pipe, get your turbo, get some B-band flanges, and have your MIG welder ready and go to town. I mean, I'm not a welder by any means. I'm not a fabricator by any means, but look, I got it done. So, anybody can do this. Do not deter yourself at all. And if you're worried about people looking at your welds or anything like that, heat wrap. Just heat wrap everything. I mean, nobody will see it. The only person that's going to know is going to be you and anybody that watches it on YouTube if you end up looking at it or putting it on video. So that's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for watching.